Expedite, the pre-workout, is designed to really help you get through those moments where you feel a little fatigued. Sometimes your body does get a little tired, you know, it gets a little sore. With this kind of stuff, it picks you right back up.
When you look at the aftermath now with the whole costume gate and all that, what do you make of them coming out? Well, not them, but Deontay coming out and saying that.
Biggest PR disaster of all time. Like, you should never make an excuse anyway. Like, when AJ lost to Reese, he could have made 30 of them.
Well, there was some stuff that came out.
No, never from him. Never from him. Okay. Panic attack, knocked out in sparring. All complete bullshit, by the way. But still, never one from him. Never one. You've got to shake the other guy's hand, congratulate him and say, I'll be back. I'm going to get my titles back. But the Mark Breland thing's one thing. The heavy costume, that stays with you for your career. People will never forget that. 9 years ago, David Haye complained about his toe. People are stopping him in the street today, going, how's your toe? This costume gate is going to go on for the rest of his career. So it's just madness to even bring it up. But listen, he's probably in disarray, he's disappointed, and he's making some bad decisions. But I hope he comes back. He's a great fighter and he's great for the division. But he ain't going to beat Tyson Fury. He ain't going to beat him again.
I thought something had to be wrong. The outfit, I don't think he should even mention that because, I'm sure it was heavy, but, I don't want to say that was the reason. He's, he was what, like 230? Yeah, so, he could easily handle a 40-pound, on his body, whatever it was. I don't think that was the reason, but I do think something was wrong right before, something happened before the fight. I really don't know if maybe he was sick, maybe he got dropped during sparring. I don't know, but I just feel something was wrong.
What do you make of the whole costume gate, the Wilder's costume and all that?
I don't know.
Bad decision. But what do you make? What went on through your mind when you heard that?
Usually you win, you lose, right? I mean, it is what it is, and you just prepare for the next one. You prepare for the next one, and you make sure to come up better.
What do you make about the costume wearing 40 pounds and all that?
Yeah, so listen, man, like I people don't know, but I'm a big reader, right? I read in the book to where, like, as an athlete, if you give it your all, right? If you give it everything you have, even as a person, like not just as an athlete, but anybody, if you give something your all, especially so you in camp for 6 to 8 weeks, you give it everything you got, you busting your ass in the gym every day, you doing everything you can to win, and all of a sudden you just lose. All of a sudden you lose like that. Sometimes you have to give excuse. It's validation why you lost, right? In your head you think like, it's no way I lost this fight. Why did I lose this fight? So for him, it was the costume thing. My costume was 40 pounds, or they threw a towel in and stuff like that. And as the people and the fans and stuff like that, they don't see it like that. They see it as an excuse, which it is. Don't get me wrong, it is an excuse, but as an athlete, sometimes you have to have that validation in your head to where, like, this is why I lost, because I gave it my all, and as any sane person, I think they'll probably say the same, not say the same thing, but they'll try to give some type of excuse why they lost because he gave it his all and he failed. So,
You wear a mask to the ring. Does it hinder you? I know it's not 40 pounds, but does it hinder you at all? Is it a bother at all? I'm just trying to wrap my...
I can't really see with it, so I got to kind of get guided. When I wear the mask to the ring, I kind of get guided. I got to get guided and stuff like that, up the steps and through the ropes. But, I mean, it's not no hindrance or nothing like that. It's just, it's just a mask. That's all. Right.
So when you first heard it, what did you think? Did you think he has to find a way to validate himself, or did you think other things?
No, I mean, he just got to find a way to validate himself. I mean, listen, I think it was just Fury's night. Sometimes it's just their night, it's already wrote in stone that, from the gods or whatever you want to say. It was Fury's night, that's it. I just think he went out there, he just beat him, from the opening gate, and he just, he beat him up, and it was just his night. It's nothing that, he was too confident, and that's what happened.
Honestly, I'm going to tell you my opinion. Wilder lost the fight. As a professional, he shouldn't have mentioned it. It just makes it worse because every fighter knows what they're going to wear, and they know the effects if it's going to cause them any problems. I know every single fighter been in the business long enough to know every fighter tries out their costume or uniform before even walking in the ring. And even us trainers, we are concerned about how long of a walk is it from the dressing room to the ring. And I think, honestly, to me, much respect for Wilder, but he shouldn't have mentioned it. It's just an excuse. Even if he weighs 50 pounds, 60 pounds, if he thought that was going to be a problem, he shouldn't wear it, first of all. Because he knew ahead of time what he was going to have on his back. And it shouldn't be a factor. He shouldn't be saying that was the problem why he lost the fight. He just lost, and he needs to take it like a professional and walk away with it and recover and come back.
What'd you make of the whole costume thing?
Listen, he's a person who's quite straight up. So if the costume gave him trouble, it gave him trouble.
So you believe it?
Yeah, you know, he's quite straight up. But I mean, it's not sort of the best excuse to use, you know, in front of the media and the world, and that's why people are giving him slack.
Have you ever worn a costume so heavy that's affected your legs?
No.
No? But
listen,
yeah.
I had one uniform that was, the shorts were heavy.
Really?
And he said to me, don't ever wear that again.
Yeah? Wait, how heavy were the shorts?
It was for the attacking fight, and once the sweat started getting on, it started, you know, it was heavy. But it just means you have to fight in light uniform.
Yeah. Can a uniform affect a fighter?
Well, very good question, but I tell you what, if it really genuinely weighs 40 pounds, it might affect a fighter. But I tell you what, you think somebody with as much experience as Deontay Wilder, who's defended the WBC belt 10 times and who's wore multiple uniforms before, would know that.
So when you heard that come out, what do you think?
Look, I thought it was a terrible excuse for him to make. One of I bet now he wishes he hadn't made. Even if it weighed 100 pounds, he shouldn't have said anything about the weight of the uniform.
Did you hear the whole costume thing? Yeah. I'm curious to hear your thoughts on it.
I mean, it's like sometimes we gotta do strength condition before we go spar. Yes, my legs be hurting, but I don't know, man. It's just, I don't know, man. I'd rather see the rematch and just hope that was the case. Yeah.
When you heard it, what went on through your mind?
Maybe he might be right. Maybe he not. Maybe look for an excuse. But that costume, they heavy it on. I mean, why buy it? Why buy it? I mean, you had to try it on before the fight. I mean, why wear it? I mean, but hey, every man likes stuff different, so I don't know. But I gotta take my hats out to Tyson Fury. That was a good fight. I'm glad he gained the weight he did and went in the box.
That's just him. That's what he say. So hey, I'm not carrying a costume, so I'm not gonna doubt it.
Yeah. Have you? I don't know. A lot of people have said like it's an excuse. That how is it like a 230-pound guy will let a 40-pound costume like affect like how he is in the ring? You're a trainer with perspective. What goes on in the locker room that could cause a fighter to like not be well going into the ring?
It happened during camp, man. It's gonna happen during camp. I don't believe it's gonna happen that night of the fight. So maybe something happened, like I said, during the camp, and then maybe that's why he was off the night of the fight. But again, we just hope he just bounced back.
Costume gate. What's your thoughts on everything that happened?
Well, look, the reality is that Tyson Fury properly demolished Deontay Wilder, bullied him, demolished him, made him look like a middleweight. And for Wilder to then claim his costume, at first I thought he was joking. I mean, everyone thought he was joking, but no, apparently he's dead serious. And it could go down as one of the most ridiculous, lame excuses in the history of sport. I mean, it's bad enough. I mean, the costume didn't cost him the fight. We all know that. But then to claim such is embarrassing. He shouldn't wear those stupid costumes if he thinks they damage his performance. So it provided great amusement.
Costume gate, Kelly, what's your take?
Listen, I've been asked that, and I understand sometimes fighters do have issues and they're not themselves the night of a fight. Boxing ain't like football. You can't call timeout when you're not feeling right and call it a substitute. But at the same time, if I was Wilder, I would have kind of just said it wasn't my night. I done that with a lot of times. And it's not, I think that he set himself up for the media blast and the fans to say stuff. And we know how bad it is in 2020 with social media. Social media is a platform for people to feel relevant, and so they go and they bash him. So my opinion on that, I don't know the truth behind it. I doubt that costume was the issue, but I would kind of just said, you know what, it wasn't my night.